that haptic model. Okay, you can do the cochleostomy, you can do the put a cochlear implant also in that. You will get that feel 3D. Okay, try doing that. So I will just introduce that, and my colleagues will show you. So the haptics is the word which is derived from the Greek called haptikos, which means being able to come into contact. It is the science of applying the touch sensation and control to interact with the computer applications. Of the five senses, touch is the most proficient and only one capable of simultaneous input and output. What is a haptic feedback? User is able to touch the virtual object and feel a response from it. Tactile feedback refers to the sensation felt by the skin, for example, texture of the surface, vibration, etc. What is a kinesthetic feedback? It reproduces the directional forces that can result from the solid boundaries, the weight of the virtual objects, and the inertias. What is a haptic information? Haptic information provided by the system is a combination of tactile information. It refers to the information acquired by the sensors, which are actually connected to the skin of the human body. Kinesthetic information, it refers to the information acquired through the sensors in the joint. What is a phantom interface? This everything is there. So, okay, what is that? Phantom is nothing but that phantom model. Provides a 3D touch to virtual objects. Provides the multiple degree of freedom. When the user moves his or her finger, they can feel the shape and the size of the virtual 3D object. Means you can just feel it is 3D. Okay, like that. Has been already programmed. Virtually 3D space in which the phantom operator is called the haptic scene. Why visible ear simulations? The middle ear and the inner ear anatomy is delicate and intricate. Traditional training on the cadaveric specimens has limitations. How many temporal bone dissections you do before going for the any ear surgeries? So you can keep on doing the simulation to learn the techniques. You master it, then go for the cadaveric dissection, and you will be a good ear surgeon. So simulation offers the reproducibility, accessibility, enhanced learning through the real-time feedback. So key features of the ear surgery simulation is a high precision tactile feedback, replicates the resistance and texture of the tissues, 3D real-time visualization, that's a synchronization with the visible ear models, ergonomic designs, ensures the comfort for the prolonged use, customizable, adapts to the different surgical scenario, for example, tympanoplasty and stepidotomy. Benefits of haptic simulation: risk-free environment. There is no harm to patients during the learning. You can keep go on doing the things. First try cortical mastoidectomy from here 1,000 times, and then go and do the things. So this is all feedback. So realistic practice minimizes the real surgical conditions. Immediate feedback assists in refining the techniques. Cost effective, reduces the dependency on cadaveric specimen. How many cadaveric specimens you get? Okay, so that's the best one. So this we have seen. So applications in the unit training, you can do myringotomy, grommet insertion, tympanoplasty, stapedectomy, cochlear implantation, and middle ear exploration with all these haptics. So the future of haptic technology in ENT is integration of artificial intelligence and the machine learning for adaptive learning. Development of multisensory simulation, that is a visual, auditory, and tactile. Collaboration with the augmented reality for enhanced realism. If you see in and around you now, there is something called robotic scope. So these all things are in that one scope, and you can keep doing this surgery live. Okay, so the field is going to change in the next 1 decade. So what is a visible ear simulation? This is a software. It's a $1 million software which has been created by my friend and my boss who has been there for the COCon. That's Professor Matt Sorensen from the University of Copenhagen. And it's a freely available. They have made it freely available. So you can go download it. Just you need some system requirement. You need to purchase that phantom modem that is called a 3D touch magic, and you can create your virtual lab. So this is a guy from whom I learned this. This Professor Matt Sorensen from Copenhagen. He was there in a last COCon. And you can see the Moa is also there. And Dr. Paraman is having that food after the training. And that's my team. So he's my family friend too. So what is the requirement? Because you can't use a system, simple Windows system. So visible ear simulation runs on the Windows only. So sorry for the Macs and the Linux user. So you need to have, there is no competition with the Macs and all, but it's developed, because developing this software itself is $1 million. So now creating it for the Mac, another $1 million. So funding is a problem, but they have made it free. So VS experience is reliant on the smooth graphics. That is, a VS needs a dedicated graphic card to run without lags. That is, you need a gaming laptop. In simplistic way, you need a high-end gaming laptop. And in the future, this generation loves the gaming. So this is a gaming laptop. So only the cost for the gaming laptop is more than 1 lakh rupees. So that graphic cards makes a huge difference. So that graphic card itself comes at a 40,000-50,000. So you need to have that software which is freely available, that is a visible ear simulation. Hardware, and what is the hardware which is needed? So you need minimum of i5, i7 or the AMD Ryzen 7. This is the basic. And the RAM should be 32 GB. And GPU, that's NVIDIA GeForce. This RTX card is a costly one. So that's why gaming laptops are costly one. And Windows 10, 11 with 64-bit. So this is requirement. This is how it looks. You can use that. This is a laptop, and this is 3D Touch Magic. And this is the lab. Okay. This is how the residents do first virtual drilling, and then they go for the cadaveric dissection in a Copenhagen pattern. Is that you have to do one surgery at least with this, and it has got a feedback. So you have to score that much. It gives if you damage the facial nerve, if you damage this, that, so it is going to give you the marks. So you have to achieve that. After that, the resident has been asked to take on cadaveric dissection, and then he enters the OR. Okay, so that is how the training goes on. So this is a virtual training lab, and we have now one, and we are creating another lab at my center. So you are welcome to the center to learn these things too. So this is how. So how to start? So I'm not going to talk about it. You will directly do this on the. So different exercises. These are almost all possible exercises are there which you can feel it, because the whatever real feedback is there to your hand. And if you put a 3D goggle, so I think 3D goggle you have not bought, you get a 3D picture on that laptop. This can be put in on a big, and then you can keep doing the things. Okay. If you put a two 3D haptic device, so your both hands can be working, and real feedback is there as if you are drilling. So take that feedback as if you are drilling on the hard bone. You will feel everything. Okay. And if you damage something, so it will stop and it will give you the negative marks. Okay. So like that. So that's about. So yes, you can go back again. You improvise. So like that, you can keep improving the things. So I think directly you go for that. So advantage is working time is reduced. Increases the confidence and precision. Obviously, plane. Do you know how the pilots has been trained? कभी भी वो चलाता नहीं. Everything is in the simulation, and then he become a first officer, and then it's directly he goes to there. So that is the way. That's the future. So try doing this, and you can improvise so many surgical skills. So limitation, obviously, higher cost means that 3D magic costs you 8 lakh rupees. This 1.5 lakh rupees. But for the institution, there should not be a problem. I will ask for the ear surgeon, instead of taking, at least I think car is more than 12 lakh rupees now. If a small car also. So don't take a car. Take this, because this will be for the lifelong. If you can afford. Otherwise, the institution can afford, or go to the centers. We are the first one to brought this to the India. Now there are so many institutions buying this. Okay, the AFMC has gone, so now so many. So it's a quite good learning experience if you create 4 stations like that, and you keep doing, okay, like that. So this is my fellow who has been trained, and she carries out all these courses now. Okay, and Roshni. So this is how you do. See, she is not blind. She is putting. So that's a 3D goggle. So if you imagine, if you put that is, so it's completely a 3D. So everything in front of you, and you are drilling. Look at it. So this is a real feedback. So you take that, everything is there. So you will feel you are doing as if you are doing the drilling, as if you are doing the puncturing, right? So, and then, so you are going to experience that. So she is in her own world. just doing drillings. So that is the beauty of learning. And after that, if you go for the, now we have, this is my skill lab. So if you go for the sheep head dissection, then you go for the temporal bone dissection, you will be a good surgeon. ENT is not easy, believe me. You need a practice, practice and practice. And these are the devices for this future generation, and you can become a wonderful ENT surgeon, right? You have to just do, so just you're simulating, that's all, and you're collaborating with that. I think we'll go for the things. So see, these are our courses for the, even for the haptics. You can contact Rushdie or Dr. Parab. And then I invite you all to the COCon. This is one of the total innovative conference where we talk about all these things, from the endoscope to microscopes to the haptics to the future, right? And these are our faculties. Robert is my boss and my friend. Daniel, you know, Satish ko koi पहचान की ज़रूरत नहीं है. I am a small guy. This is Mubarak Khan and Dr. Parab. And we have a fellowship for all these things, for training, from the sheep head dissections, because I work in a private. So we teach all the techniques on the sheep head and then the haptics. So from 7 days courses to the 3 months course. And you can apply directly through my website that's called cocon.in. And now there is a 1-year fellowship in endoscopic ear surgery in association with Manipal University. So you can apply. 6 months you will be working with me, 6 months you will be working in the university, Manipal University, Mangalore. So thank you very much. So let's go for the, so you can just take a feel and see the difference, because this is something